Hey, welcome back to the Executive Ascent. Glad to see you, Dr. Kevin. Last time when we were together in episode 2, we talked specifically about how important it is to focus on the right priorities, to work smarter, not harder, to not fall out of the habit of rolling up your sleeves so much and start to take a strategic view on your business. One of the most important things is building a team. When working smarter on your business, your job then is to make sure there's clear systems and processes in place that other people can implement. There's a couple things that really get in the way when creating a high performance team, and there are some best practices that I want to talk about a little bit today. Now, first of all, what I've seen when individuals are trying to put a team together is they bring individuals on board. One of my favorite things individuals do is bring in friends and family members. Friends and family members are fantastic in their ability to do what they want to do and not stay accountable to the system because they're insiders. Having clear expectations for a role that are understood out of the gate is part of the winning formula. I've also seen organizations where leaders allow underperformers to stay on the team for too long. It's interesting. I've heard a couple of different organizations mention this recently. The key notion of firing quickly and hiring slowly. What's that mean? I've seen too many times where underperformers are allowed to stay on board, and it brings the entire organization down. It brings the team and top performers down. It creates inequity and undermines trust. Getting rid of the non performers or coaching them up. Because the $1,000,000 question is, why aren't they performing? More often than not, when you look back at yourself, you can realize that part of the reason people don't perform in your organization is about the way they perceive you. Leading yourself first is essential. Self-awareness and presence. Having a deep level of self-awareness is absolutely key. So you understand your personality impacts the way they perceive their role, their value, and their job. Now, once you've polished yourself and you show up in a way that's the best version of yourself, you're leading yourself first, then the core item of most importance is to make sure you're going slowly through the hiring process. A starting point is to really clearly understand what your values are. I've seen great organizations that will hire people even though they might not have a specific job for them because they know they're a values match. In fact, I was working with an organization very recently who took their values to heart. When individuals did not match the values, they let them go. Values must be behavior driven, measured, and accountable, and let them know what the expectation is. Underperforming employees and hiring poorly creates a huge financial waste. But even more than productivity, it undermines culture. It erodes the culture of performance that you're trying to create, a culture of engagement. So it's absolutely important to hire slowly and use tools, whether it's some sort of hiring index, a strong inventory, the Myers-Briggs, the DISC. There is some tools you can use to help make sure you're getting the right person on the bus. If you hire too quickly and get the wrong person, it becomes a revolving door in the organization. Again, I worked with another organization recently that was on its third general manager within the organization in 2 years. That takes a toll on the organization. Best to leave that seat empty for a while until you get the right person who can really help scale up and move forward. Now, as I've said, I'm going to hit it home. The starting point for all of this, though, is not just focusing on other people, but to understand yourself, to understand what those values are and how you demonstrate the values. How do you show up? Are you leading yourself first? If you want a little more information about what that looks like, look for the upcoming book that I'm putting out, Lead Yourself First. I'm very excited about it. Check it out. It'll be coming out soon to help you have a game plan to become the best version of yourself as an executive. Leading yourself first is leading your life on your terms. Now, once you bring somebody on board and they have clarity of the expectations, they have the bandwidth of the capacity to excel in that role, It's absolutely essential that as a leader, you create a deep level of accountability. Now, some people think accountability is putting people under your thumb, but it's absolutely not. And it's as simple as following up. Once you have clarity of expectation and the goal, then your role is to remove obstacles within the organization or the mind of the individual. Your job is to remove obstacles and create accountability by simply following up. And it's that act of following up with consistency that is the core element in creating accountability. The reason it's so effective at creating accountability is that follow up does one thing better than simply creating accountability. It develops relationship. As you spend time individually, one on one with another person, as you get to know them, as you bring them on as an insider, as they feel like you actually care about them, as you demonstrate compassion, as you get to know them and express empathy with the difficulties they face, they rise up to have a position where they have your back, where they don't let you down, where they be one step ahead. You see, the real work goes beyond accountability to creating engagement. And the most engaged systems, the most engaged teams are those accountability happens. Regardless of how you feel about holding people accountable, I've known leaders who squirm at the notion of calling people out because they see themselves as a positive optimist. Well, that's beautiful, but your job as an executive is not to be comfortable. Your job is to create that environment where your staff can thrive, and that's done through accountability. Helping people level up. As a business and executive coach, my work is to help individuals like you have clarity of the vision, to have clarity of what it looks like to scale your business, to have clarity of what it looks like to create a high performing team and an organization that people line up to be a part of, but then to create a strategy and then to implement that strategy. See, we're in the business of creating industry leading organizations, to helping small businesses become businesses that scale, and to help large businesses become a place that people stay, that they call home, where they bring their heart to the game, where they bring that deep level of discretionary effort, where they bring their engagement. Because when you do that, when you have a clear vision and create an organization where people bring their heart to the game, that's an unstoppable force. It's done with consistency. It's only done with that follow-up. It's done by bringing out the best in others. As this is the work I do at Maze Leadership. If you would like to learn more about coaching, if you'd like to know more about how I can speak with your organization to help get the fire lit back within the individuals across the board in your organization, drop me a line. I'm excited to help you become the best version of yourself and help your organization thrive. For more resources too, go to mazeleadership.com. We have so many resources there. You'll also find out information about the book coming out and past books that are being updated. For more information, go to Maze Leadership. You're going to find information about our speaking, leadership programs, about our team development, offsite initiatives, about the retreats we hold. Press subscribe, stay connected, and learn more about how you can grow your business by growing yourself. Remember, lead yourself first.